Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to hook our way through something incredibly charming. We are taking a detailed look at the Loomelle Design Sweet Berry Crossbody bag. Consider this your fully guided, step-by-step journey through a fantastic beginner to intermediate crochet pattern. Whether you're looking to create a cute, functional accessory, or you just want to level up your Amigurumi shaping skills, we're going to break down every single step so you can craft this with absolute confidence. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's actually look at what we're making. This is an adorable amigurumi-style project that measures about 7 by 8.5 inches. We're going to break down how to get this sculptural, strawberry-shaped final result. Notice that beautifully structured body, the perfectly plump shape, the leafy green calyx on top, and of course, the long crossbody strap. Now, I know it looks a little complex, but the secret here is that it's literally just basic shapes and clever construction built round by round. To make this completely manageable, here's our roadmap. We'll kick things off with Section 1, Essential Materials, followed by 2, Basics and Abbreviations. Then we'll dive into the actual construction with 3, Crocheting the base and body, and 4, the calyx leaves and strap. After that, we'll tackle 5, Bag assembly and lining, and finish up with 6, Final details and embellishments.
Let's start with Section 1, Essential Materials. Let's gather those supplies before you hook your very first loop. Here is your required toolkit. The absolute key here is the yarn. You're going to need a worsted weight cotton or cotton blend yarn in strawberry red for the main body. Cotton is absolutely vital because it gives the bag a sturdy, non-stretching structure. You'll also want lime or grass green for the leaves, a bit of cream or white for the seeds, and some tan for the strap. Hook-wise, grab a 4.0mm for the main body and a slightly smaller 3.75mm hook for the leaves. To finish it off, you need an 18 to 20mm wooden bead, some pink cotton fabric and medium interfacing for the lining, and some tan cotton cord if you're taking the shortcut on the strap. Moving right along to Section 2, Basics and Abbreviations. Time to decode the terminology. Mastering these standard US terms is your golden ticket for this project. We've got single crochet, increase, the back loop only, and the magic ring. But the most important technique to point out here is the invisible decrease. Instead of a standard decrease, which can leave annoying little gaps, you'll want to insert your hook into the front loops only of the next 2 stitches. This is a game changer. It keeps the surface of your strawberry completely smooth and professional looking, without any of your lining peeking out later. Okay, so the crucial point before we actually start working the pattern is you've got to mind your tension. A structured bag requires dense, tight stitches so it doesn't just flop over like a deflated balloon. If you naturally crochet a bit loosely, do not hesitate to drop down a hook size for the main body. All right, Section 3, Crocheting Base and Body. Let's see how this builds from a flat shape into that iconic berry silhouette. We begin by working around both sides of a foundation chain to create a flat oval base through rounds 1 to 4, growing it to 38 stitches. This gives the bag a proper bottom to stand on. Then, the magic happens in round 5. You work entirely in the back loop only. This creates a really sharp crease, allowing your work to fold and start growing upward into a 3D bowl shape. From there, you increase up to 50 stitches, and rounds 10 through 14 form the plump, widest part of the berry. Finally, in rounds 16 to 22, you strategically use those invisible decreases to taper the shape inward at the top, bringing your stitch count back down to 30. Directly above those decreases, right around round 25, we create our drawstring channel. You'll work a sequence of single crochets, chaining 2, and skipping 2 stitches to create eyelets. Now, it is absolutely vital to double-check your work here to ensure you have exactly 6 evenly spaced eyelets. A common mistake beginners make is losing track and ending up with 5 or 7. If you do that, the bag simply won't cinch closed properly, so count those spaces. Which brings us to Section 4, Calyx Leaves and the Crossbody Strap. Time to add the greenery. The calyx is that leafy green top. You'll switch to your smaller 3.75mm hook and your green yarn. Why a smaller hook? Well, it creates a tighter gauge, giving the leaves a beautiful, crisp definition so they don't look floppy. You will crochet exactly 5 individual leaves, working up and down a foundation chain using a mix of single, half double, and double crochets to build that leaf shape. Once all 5 are done, you'll just crochet a small central ring and sew the leaves directly to it.
Now, how are we going to carry this thing? For the strap, you have two great paths. Option A is the highly recommended crochet rope strap, often called an I-cord. It's worked in tight tubular rounds with your 4.0mm hook and tan yarn. It takes a little extra time, but it creates a thick, strong cord that will not stretch out when you load up your bag. Option B, that's your quick shortcut. You just grab 55 inches of store-bought 5mm braided cotton macrame cord. It's super easy to knot right through the eyelets. Both look fantastic. It really just depends on how much time you have. Section 5, bag assembly and fabric lining. This is how we get that professional finish. This is the step where a lot of beginners understandably get a little nervous, but a lining is absolutely essential. It preserves the sculptural shape of your bag and, more importantly, stops your keys from snagging the yarn. First, iron that medium interfacing to a 10 by 20 inch piece of pink fabric. Sew the side seams and then pinch and stitch the bottom corners to create a 2-inch boxed base so it matches your crochet oval perfectly. Fold the top edge down, slide it into your bag, and carefully hand stitch it to the interior. Just make sure you sew it about 2 rounds below the eyelets so your drawstring cord still has a clear path to slide. Once your lining is nicely secured in there, it's time to bring it all together. Take your crochet rope or your macrame cord and thread it, leaving in and out of those 6 eyelets we made earlier. Pull both ends out, feed them through that beautiful natural wooden bead from the same direction, and tie a really strong knot. This bead acts as a sliding toggle closure, allowing you to cinch the top of the strawberry tight. Finally, Section 6, final details and embellishments. This is the fun part.
Honestly, a quick pro tip here, I recommend doing this embroidery step right before you put the lining in, since it's way easier to access the back of the stitches. Thread your cream yarn onto a tapestry needle. You're going to randomly embroider 14 to 18 tiny teardrop seeds across the lower 2/3 of the bag. Keep them scattered and random. Nature isn't perfectly symmetrical, right? And hey, attaching a little flower or pearl charm to the side adds incredible personality.
To finish up your masterpiece, center your assembled green calyx right over the top opening and sew that central ring down firmly. Bend a couple of the leaf tips upward so they look dynamic and alive. Weave in any loose ends, and here is the ultimate pro tip: blocking. Lightly mist the entire bag with water, stuff it firmly to coax out that perfect rounded strawberry silhouette, and let it dry for 12 to 24 hours. The cotton will literally remember the shape permanently.
And there you have it, a stunning, structured, sweet berry dag. Now that you understand the framework, the pattern offers some really exciting options for scaling. You could use a smaller hook for a tiny coin purse, or grab some super bulky yarn to create a massive everyday tote bag. So the only question left to ask is, what kind of berry are you going to hook next? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Grab your yarn and happy crocheting.